Hello everyone, so today we'll look at an easy problem. It's the problem number 819 in Leetcode. It is called the most common word. It is tagged easy and this problem is a problem which is asked in a lot of times in Amazon online tests. So let's read the description. Given a paragraph and a list of banned words, return the most frequent word that is not in the list of banned words. It is guaranteed that there is at least one word that is in banned and that the answer is unique. Words in the list of banned words are given in lowercase and free of punctuation. Words in the paragraph are not case sensitive. The answer is in lowercase. So although basically the description of the problem is or the title of the problem is most common word, actually as per the description it asks you to return the most occurring non-banned word. Let's take a look at this example. So given an input, you have a paragraph. Bob hit a ball. The hit ball flew far after it was hit. They've given a banned set which is hit, and then the output is ball. So if you look at this paragraph sentence, you have ball as the second most occurring word after hit, but since hit is banned, ball is returned. Okay, so that is what is given in the explanation. Hit occurs 3 times, but it is a banned word. Ball occurs twice and no other word does, so it is the most frequent non-banned word in the paragraph. Note that words in the paragraph are not case sensitive, that punctuation is ignored even if adjacent to words such as ball, comma, and that hit is in the answer even though it occurs more because it is banned. Okay, so if you take a look at this example, how will you solve this intuitively, right? So let's take a look at this example. So let's take this paragraph. Okay, so if you look at it, they are interested in words and we are asked to return the most frequent non-banned word, which means we have to remove all the banned words from this sentence. But before that, they are also talking about that punctuation is ignored, which means we have to remove all punctuations. And then once we remove all punctuations, they're also talking about that the output is in the form of lowercase, right? So in the notes section, if you see, the answer is unique and written in lowercase, even if its occurrences in the paragraph may have uppercase symbols and even if it is a proper noun. Okay, so this means words only, also the last sentence, if you see, words only consist of letters, never apostrophes or other punctuation symbols. So basically we have to remove the punctuations, and second thing is we have to convert it into lowercase. So if you do it, so you will basically get a sentence like this: hit a ball, the hit ball flew far after it was hit. You'll have a sentence like this. Afterwards, what you will do is you'll basically split this sentence into individual words and check whether each of the word is not in a banned list. So to avoid extra processing over the banned set every time, so here in the example we've just got a single banned word. So suppose you've got 2 more banned words there, so every time you have to basically do O of M into N. So let's say the sentence length is M and number of banned words given are N. This means O of M into N times you have to process, right? So to avoid that, what you can do is you can put all the banned words in one set. So let's say I have this set hit, right? So which means here this is basically checking for existence, whether the word that I'm encountering is present in this hash set or not. Right, so that processing, unnecessary processing over looping over individual words in the banned set gets reduced by putting it in a hash set, right? So once this is put in a hash set, what you'll do is you will iterate over every word in this sentence and see whether if is Bob present in the hash set. No. So Bob occurs one time, right? You will record the frequencies of each word which are not there. Hit is a banned word, so you cannot have it. So A, you will have A as 1, and then ball you will have 1, and then you'll have 1, and then hit you cannot have, and then ball you're encountering ball again, so which means frequency of it will be 2, and then you see flew, right? And then flew will be having a frequency of 1, and then your for also will have a frequency of 1, and then you see after, so which means after will also have a frequency of 1, and then it, you're saying it for the first time, it will have a frequency of 1, and was, it will have a frequency of 1, and then hit you cannot have because it is a banned word. So this is how what you'll do, and then basically you will look at this list and see, okay, ball is the one which has occurred most times, and ball can be written, right? So same strategy, whatever that we are going to do intuitively, we will convert it into a program. So first what you will do is, we'll do the same thing. I'm just going to say string lower case. Okay, so here what you will do, you'll remove the punctuation. So paragraph is the given string, so from paragraph dot replace all, let's replace all the unnecessary punctuations except white space, so that it's easier to split them into words later. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to replace all punctuations. Okay, if it is not having A to Z, or A is capital A to Z, or 0 to 9, then replace all those with white space. Once you've replaced it, then you can convert it to lowercase. Okay, so now we would have got the sentence in this format. So after this, what we did a pre-processing step where we added all the banned words into a set, so that we don't iterate over them individually when we go through the list of words in the sentence, right? So for that, what we will do is, for string banned word in banned, we'll have a hash set. I'm going to just say banned set. Okay, equal to new hash set of string. Okay, so to this hash set we will add banned set dot add of banned word. So now this will have unique set of banned words. Now we have done this step as well, so now we have to iterate over all of the words in this lowercase. So string words equal to lowercase dot split all the if you remember, we have replaced all unnecessary special characters with white space, right? So we can just use this regular expression format to which basically maps any white space or tab and so on. And so if you split it, you will basically get a list of words, and we will iterate over every word, string word in words. Now if you see the third step, right, in the intuition, what we are doing is we are storing it into some list sort of thing where we're recording, okay, this is the word and this is the frequency. So we need a hash map, right? This is that hash map is the equivalent of this. So we'll just say string integer, and we will say count map, right, some name hash map of string comma integer. Okay, now we have to check what we will do. For every word we check whether it is present in this banned set or not. So if this is not present, then only we will put it in the hash map. If not, of banned set dot contains word, right? In this case we can put it in the hash map, so which is the count map put, right? So we are going to put the word, but then if the word is already present, it will increment the frequency of it. So which means count map dot get or default of this word. If it is already present, it will return some frequency, otherwise it will return 0. To this we will add 1. Okay, now we have processed this hash map. Now after this, what we will see, we will look at this list and basically see that ball has the most occurrence, then we'll return. Now if you look at this hash map does not implement comparable interface. Okay, so you cannot apply collections.max to it because it consists of two separate entities. One is the key and one is the value. Each of them is, or they can be listed in their own, they can stand as lists independently. So which means we have to make use of the key set or the value set accordingly and find out the maximum of it. So here what we require the most occurring word, or the word that has the most frequency in the hash map. So we will use return collections.max. Okay, and so we will take the key set. Okay, so count map dot key set, right? Key set is sorry, not key set, it is entry set. Okay, so entry set consists of the key and the value, and then the comparator that we are going to use is map dot entry dot comparing by value, because we want the most frequent word, right? And its key we will get. Okay, so this in the maximum based upon the value, which is ball on 2. This is the entry that you will get, and in this entry what is required is get key, the first one. Ball is what is required. Okay, so if you look at it, we are processing over the sentence, we are removing the punctuations. So let's say if m is the length of this sentence, this is like O of m we are doing, right? And then you're adding the band sets, band words to a set, which means let's say number of band words is n, then this is O of n, and then it is basically checking whether it is present or not, then you're iterating over the number of words. So basically this is O of m, and then O of n, and then O of m, so it is together O of m plus n. And when you consider the complexity, it is also O of m plus n, because we just have an array of words, right? So this is if the total, if the input is lowercase, so if the input of paragraph is m, which means you are having O of m space. And for the list of band words, right, if all are unique, then you're just going to store them in the hash set, right? So which means it is O of n, and you also have a hash map based upon these strings, which is not present. So at the maximum it's going to be O of m. So together O of m plus O of n plus O of n, it is still going to be O of m plus n. Okay, so let's run this. Hope the explanation was clear. If something was not clear, let me know. So what we are doing is, although the problem is saying most common word, it is basically asking you to return the most occurring word that is not in the band list. So what we do, we replace all punctuations with white space and convert them to lowercase, and then put the band words in a hash set so that it's easier for processing. This is sort of a pre-processing step that we do, and then we split all the words, get all the words, and then check if it is not present in the hash map. We put them in a hash map, incrementing their frequency whenever we encounter them. And then since we have to return the most common word, the value which has the highest value has to be returned, so the comparator has to be by comparing by value, and then its corresponding key has to be returned. Okay, so let's run this code. It's accepted. Let's submit this code, and yeah, it's a successful submission. That's it guys, I hope it was clear. Thank you, bye.